warm welcome to anybody new joining us today. Guys, we're going to be using acrylic powder from Moyra today in some gorgeous greens. And I saw these chameleon stars in green and copper. And I thought, I want to do a set in green and copper. So that's where the inspiration comes from. It actually comes from the 4-pointer chameleon stars that I'm going to use today from Iguana. Now, everything that I use today will be linked below, including the links to Iguana's site, if anybody is interested. So I'm coming in with the extension powder. I've popped it down on that little finger and I've just faded it up. I'm going to let that dry. Go onto the pointer finger where I'm going to do a reverse smile line. So I pop that bead down, and the first thing I'm going to do is hold my brush at a 45-degree angle and then press down onto the product, and that will fade it down at the back. And then to make sure that it's completely smooth, I will feather it back with the tip of my brush, by which time the front of that bead will have started to set, and then I can manoeuvre it without it sticking to the bristles of my brush. Now, I've only been back a couple of weeks and I'm practicing my smile line, so I'm putting one in like every set because it's not easy, guys. It isn't. I'm not even going to pretend that it is, because it isn't. You can see me using the bulk of the body of my brush on the side to shape the side, and then I sweep it up and round using the tip to get that nice curvage at the top. Once I'm happy with that, I am going to come in with the cuticle bead, pop that down, nudge that into place, and then I put the very tip of my brush, I don't know if you can see, between the skin and the product. So basically none of that product is going to go onto the skin if this was a actual hand. Then I pull down the front of that bead, leaving the bulk in the back third for an apex. Now I'm coming in with Trap here from Moyra, and as always, guys, when I do my fades, I will put it at an angle. It's just a preference. I prefer it this way because it elongates the hand, it makes it look longer and thinner. Now, these are super pigmented Moyra's little pots. They do them in 2 sizes now. I think it's 20 grams and 4. Don't quote me on that, it has been a while. But like I said, I will leave everything below so you can go and check that out. And then I'm coming in with some foil from Iguana, and this is in copper. I have broke it up into pieces and I'm going to pop it along where the cover powder meets that beautiful green. I know a lot of people don't like green, but it is one of my favourites. Now, while you watch me do that, because I do faff around, I am going to then come in with some of those chameleon 4-pointer stars. They come in 3, I think it's 3 different sizes, I'm sure it's 3. And I use the medium and the tiny ones, and I'm just going to pop them roughly in and around where that foil is. Guys, I do want to mention at this point there is a giveaway on my channel at the moment. It's running for 2 weeks. So I will pop the link for that up above if you don't know about it already. It's a nail art giveaway. It's split into 2 prizes for, there was just so much stuff. You know that I was moving back into my nail space and I was putting things in a box, and I thought this is a lot, so I would divide it into 2. I've got a mountain of glitters as well, so I spent one afternoon, half an hour on the floor bagging up some of these glitter pieces to pop into the giveaway. Guys, like I said, if you don't know about that, please go check that out for all the rules on how to enter. Meanwhile, I am coming in with Island and Green Grass and Trap, which are the greens from Moyra, and I'm going to try and marble with them now. I do know that Moyra's to marble with is a nightmare. They're super pigmented, so pigmented. So although I try to pick up a small bead with some, you know, a wet brush, they're just really difficult to marble with. So what I decide to do, instead of struggling the way I am, I'll kind of streak it through and then just run the very tip of my brush through. So I put the beads down, which is how I would normally with any other system. But these are so pigmented, and anybody working with Moyra will know what I'm talking about. They are absolutely gorgeous, but yeah, trying to get like a wet bead, it's neon impossible just because they are so pigmented. What I should have done was just lace it on and do this, look what I'm doing here, and just pop it down, do it a little bit wetter, but just streak the beads down. It was just difficult, but you know, we don't like to make things easy for ourselves, do we? So I'm going to carry on marbling that all the way to the tip, and then these do have a big C curve on them, so I need to go round and fill in any blank space. I'm not going to worry about it while I'm trying to marble because it will set, and then trying to move it, you'll just make a mess. So don't do that. You can always go back in with smaller beads later. It's a marble, it doesn't matter. And we're not bothered about it being even because we will cap it in clear. We are working super thin. So by capping in clear, that will fill in any ridges that you might have got. I have had questions about that in the past when it comes to marbling, that it's all lumpy bumpy, but that's the point. You know, it's a design. You sandwich it between that clear acrylic so that you get the structure and everything in there. This is purely for design, and this is me filling in those gaps. And then I'm going to come in with some copper leaf again and just put a few pieces here and there along this marble nail. So I have actually cut some of that out, guys, because it was taking forever. It's just tray faffing around as usual. I am going to come in with Moyra Island. Beautiful satin green. It's gorgeous. And what I'm going to do is do a full nail of this. So I'm coming in with small beads and I'm going to brush that down now. This is a practice hand. I did apply the tips. What I should have done was a nail bed colour of clear acrylic, which is what I would do if it was a real nail, so that none of these pigmented colours would actually stain the natural nail bed. But in my laziness, I didn't do that, so I am really sorry. I'll endeavour to do that going forward though, because although it did cover it up when I did go in with another bead later on, you can clearly see that there. What I'm going to do is pop the island all over this nail, get a good coverage. You can see I don't need a lot of these colours. And then I'm going to come in with copper leaf. These are much bigger pieces here. And I'm going to do it right across the tip at an angle that mirrors the little finger again. Yes, it is designed, but also it does, I find, elongate those natural fingers when the full design's actually done and finish. I don't like it blocked straight across, but this is just a personal preference as I'm concerned. That's all. So like I said, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you will know that I do them at an angle. Right, okay, somewhere along the way, guys, my camera didn't record, but I did put some foil around that smile line, and it, honestly, I don't know if it'd work. And the reason I didn't know if it'd work or not is it too thin to show up as a very fine copper line? Would I have been better with gel polish? No, I couldn't get the exact colour, but it did cross my mind. So I thought, right, I'm going to experiment. We're going to see if it'll work. And I put it right around the smile line once I had actually filed that into shape. And then I come in with Trap from Moyra, and I'm trying to keep it as close to the nail bed as possible. And then on the tip, I'm coming in with those 4-pointer chameleon stars, and I'm going to use the really tiny ones. And I'm going to pop them on that trap colour. Then, guys, I will file and buff it into shape once I had clear capped all of those nails. And then it's time for the top coat. Guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed our little nail play today and our experiment. Comment below what you think of that pointer finger. Having that foil around the smile line, did it work or didn't it? You'll see in a minute. Let me know your thoughts below. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to check out my giveaway over on the other video. Until next time, stay safe. Bye.